Oh my God. Why is this lighting so terrible? Hold on. Oh shit. Y'all gotta work with me, man. You know I ain't. Now I feel like to turn this on. This is just not the best. You know what I mean? Let me turn this off too. Fuck it, man. We in the dark, son. We in the dark. We in the motherfucking dark, B. Oh, what if I change this up? Wrong now. Shit is trash. I packed the shit out of this, bro. Whoa. What's up, Jen? What up, yo? You made it, son. You know, these ring lights would work to control the lighting to focus. Like, I know, man. Like, there. I feel a little better now. I don't do Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Martin Luther King, Frederick Douglass, Malcolm X, James Baldwin, they did not celebrate Thanksgiving, and so neither do I. Fuck, son. Bro, I can't fucking see. I'm gonna have to turn this light on. Okay, maybe not that light. Try it. They're all terrible. Cuz, man, I'm trying to read this fucking book. Hold on, let me adjust this ring light. What if I do like this? You know what I'm saying? Tilt that bitch. Like that. You know what I mean? What's going on? Occult examiners in this bitch. Hold on, let me turn this shit off. I don't need no extra noise. All right, where was I? As philosophers and theologians have discussed theodicy over the years, they've devised a kind of logical problem that needs to be solved to explain the suffering in the world. This problem involves three assertions that all appear to be true, but if true, appear to contradict one another. The assertions are these: God is all powerful, God is all loving, there is suffering. How can all three be true at once? If God is all powerful, then he is able to do whatever he wants and can therefore remove suffering. If he's all loving, then he obviously wants the best for people and therefore does not want them to suffer unnecessarily. And yet, people suffer unnecessarily. How can that be explained? Some thinkers have tried to deny one or other of the assertions. Some, for example, have argued that God is not really all powerful. This is ultimately the answer given by Rabbi Kushner in When Bad Things Happen to Good People. For Kushner, God wishes he could intervene to bring your suffering to an end, but his hands are tied. So he is the one who stands beside you to give you the strength you need to deal with the pain in your life, but he cannot do anything to stop the pain. For other thinkers, this is to put a limit on the power of God and is, in effect, a way of saying that God is not really God. Others have argued that God is not all loving, at least in any conventional sense. This is more or less the view of those who think God is at fault for the terrible suffering that people endure. A view that seems close to what Elie Wiesel asserts when he expresses his anger at God and declares him guilty for how he has treated his people. Others, again, object and claim that if God is not love, again, he is not God. What y'all think so far, man? I know you need a blunt right now, called Examiner. You can hit this motherfucker. This is some fire. I don't even know what it is. Don't ask. This is what the dealer gave me. And it is, oh my goodness, it smells so good. And it hits well. I mean, I packed this a little tight. Got a nice even burn on that bit. Look. Nice and even. What's up, Robin Hood? Are you in two places at once? No, I'm just here now. Zero to hero. What up, Cuzzo? We got some good Cherokee dispensary. Just got back from dinner with the in-laws. Oh, very nice. There are some people who want to deny the third assertion. They claim that there's not really any suffering in the world. What the fuck? How you gonna say there ain't no suffering? But these people are in the extreme minority and have never been very convincing to most of us who prefer looking at the world as it is to hiding our heads in the sand like ostriches. Most people who wrestle with the problem want to say that all three assertions are true, but that there's some kind of extenuating circumstance that can explain it all. For example, in the classical view of the prophets of the Hebrew Bible, as we'll see at length in the next couple of chapters, God is certainly all powerful and all loving. One of the reasons there is suffering is that his people have violated his law or gone against his will, and he is bringing suffering upon them to force them to return to him and lead righteous lives. This kind of explanation works well so long as it is the wicked who suffer. But what about the wicked who prosper, while the ones who try to do what is right before God are racked with interminable pain and unbearable misery? How does one explain the suffering of the righteous? For that, another explanation needs to be used. For example, that all will be made right in the afterlife, a view not found in the prophets, but in other biblical authors. And so it goes. Even though it was a scholar of the Enlightenment, Leibniz, who came up with the term theodicy, and even though the deep philosophical problem has been with us only since the Enlightenment, the basic problem has been around since time immemorial. This was recognized by the intellectuals of the Enlightenment themselves. One of them, the English philosopher David Hume, pointed out that the problem was stated some 2,500 years ago by one of the great philosophers of ancient Greece, Epicurus. Epicurus's old questions are yet unanswered. Is God willing to prevent evil but not able? Then he is impotent. Is he able but not willing? Then he is malevolent. Is he both able and willing? Whence then evil? As I was teaching my course on biblical views of suffering at Rutgers more than 25 years ago, I began to realize that the students seemed remarkably and somewhat inexplicably detached from the problem. It was a good group of students, smart and attentive, but they were for the most part white, middle-class kids who had yet to experience very much pain in their lives, and I had to do some work to help them realize that suffering was in fact a problem. As it turned out, that was the time of one of the great Ethiopian famines. In order to drive home for my students just how disturbing suffering could be, I spent some time with them dealing with the problem of the famine. It was an enormous problem, in part because of the political situation, but even more because of a massive drought. 8 million Ethiopians were confronting severe shortages and, as a result, starving. Every day there were pictures in the paper of poor souls, famished, desperate, with no relief in sight. Eventually, 1 out of every 8 died the horrific death of starvation. That's 1 million people starved to death in a world that has far more than enough food to feed all its inhabitants. A world in which American farmers are paid to destroy their crops. And most Americans ingest far more calories than our bodies need or want. To make my point, I would show pictures of the famine to the students, pictures of emaciated Ethiopian women with famished children on their breasts, desperate for nourishment that would never come, both mother and children eventually destroyed by the ravages of hunger. Before the semester was over, I think my students got the point. Most of them did learn to grapple with the problem. At the beginning of the course, many of them had thought that whatever problem there was with suffering could be fairly easily solved. The most popular solution that they had was one that I suspect most people in our Western world today still hold on to. It has to do with free will. According to this view, the reason there is so much suffering in the world is that God has given human beings free will. Without the free will to love and obey God, we would simply be robots doing what we were programmed to do. But since we have the free will to love and obey, we also have the free will to hate and disobey. And this is where suffering comes from. Hitler, the Holocaust, Idi Amin, corrupt governments throughout the world, corrupt human beings inside governments and out. All of these are explained on the grounds of free will. As it turns out, this was more or less the answer given by some of the great intellectuals of the Enlightenment, including Leibniz, who argued that human beings have to be free in order for this world to be the best world that could come into existence. For Leibniz, God is all powerful, and so was able to create any kind of world he wanted. And since he was all loving, he obviously wanted to create the best of all possible worlds. This world, with freedom of choice given to its creatures, is therefore the best of all possible worlds. Other philosophers rejected this view, and none so famously, vitriolically, and even hilariously as the French philosopher Voltaire, whose classic novel Candide tells the story of a man who experiences such senseless and random suffering and misery in his allegedly best of all worlds that he abandons his Leibnizian upbringing and adapts a more sensible view that we can't know the whys and wherefores of what happens in this world, but should simply do our very best to enjoy it while we can. Candide is still a very much worth reading novel. It is witty, it's clever, it's damning. If this is the best possible world, just imagine what a worse one would be. In any event, as it turns out, much to the surprise of my students, this standard explanation that God had to give human beings free will and that suffering is the result of people badly exercising it plays only a very minor role in the biblical tradition. The biblical authors did not think about the possibilities of not having free will. They certainly didn't know about robots or indeed any machines that more or less did what they were programmed to do, but they had many explanations other than free will for why people suffer. The goal of the class was to discuss these other views, evaluate them, and try to see if any resolution of the problem was even possible. Free will is not the flex that they think it is. You know what I mean? But we know this. Free Willy, says the 13th serpent. Who's Willie? Says Dinner Roll. What's up, Jen's dead? You know what I mean? Ancient technique said, Dade, say 6'7". 6'7"? Fuck you mean? It was, in fact, fairly easy to show some of the problems with this standard modern explanation that suffering comes from free will. Yeah, you can explain the political machinations of the competing political forces in Ethiopia by claiming that human beings had badly handled the freedom given to them. But how can you explain drought? When it hits, it is not because someone chose not to make it rain. Or how do you explain a hurricane that destroys New Orleans? Or a tsunami that kills hundreds of thousands overnight? Or earthquakes? Or mudslides? Or malaria? Or dysentery? The list goes on. Moreover, the claim that free will stands behind all suffering has always been a bit problematic, at least from a thinking perspective. Most people who believe in God given free will also believe in an afterlife. Presumably, people in the afterlife will still have free will, right? And yet there won't be any suffering, allegedly. Why will people know how to exercise free will in heaven if they can't know how to exercise it on earth? In fact, if God gave people free will as a great gift, why didn't he give them the intelligence they need to exercise it so that we can all live happily and peaceably together? You can't argue that he wasn't able to do so if you want to argue that he's all powerful. So, moreover, if God sometimes intervenes in history to counteract the free will decisions of others, for example, when he destroyed the Ethiopian armies of the Exodus, or when he fed the multitudes in the wilderness in the days of Jesus, or when he counteracted the wicked decision of the Roman governor Pilate to destroy Jesus by raising the crucified Jesus from the dead. If he intervenes sometimes to counteract free will, why does he not do it more of the time, or indeed all the time? Get him, Bart. Bart's cooking right now. He like, look, motherfuckers, I don't want to hear that bullshit. God can't intervene in people's free will. He does it all the fucking time. Fuck you mean? At the end of the day, one would have to say that the answer is a mystery. We don't know why free will works so well in heaven, but not on earth. We don't know why God doesn't provide the intelligence we need to exercise free will. We don't know why he sometimes contravenes the free exercise of the will and sometimes not. And this presents a problem because if in the end the question is resolved by saying that the answer is a mystery, then it's no longer an answer. It's an admission that there is no answer. The solution of free will in the end ultimately leads to the conclusion that it's all a mystery. As it turns out, this is one of the common answers asserted by the Bible. We just don't know why there is suffering. But other answers in the Bible are just as common, in fact, even more common. In my class at Rutgers, I wanted to explore all these answers, to see what the Bible authors thought about such matters, and to evaluate what they had to say. Based on my experience with the class, I decided at the end of the term that I wanted to write a book about it, a study of suffering and biblical responses to it. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that I wasn't really ready to write the book. I was just 30 years old at the time, and although I had seen a lot in the world, I recognized that I had not seen nearly enough of it. A book like this requires years of thought and reflection and a broader sense of the world and fuller understanding of life. I'm now 20 years older, and I still may not be ready to write the book. It is true. I've seen a lot more of the world over those years. I've experienced a lot more pain myself and have seen the pain and misery of others, sometimes close up. Broken marriages, failed health, cancer taking away loved ones in the prime of life, suicide, birth defects, children killed in car accidents, homelessness, mental disease. You can make your own list from your experiences of the last 20 years. And I've read a lot. Genocides and ethnic cleansing, not only in Nazi Germany, but also in Cambodia, Rwanda, Bosnia, and now Darfur in Palestine. Terrorist attacks, massive starvation, epidemics, ancient and modern, mudslides to kill 30,000 Colombians in one fell swoop, droughts, earthquakes, hurricanes, tsunamis. Still, even with 20 years additional experience and reflection, I may not be ready to write the book. But I suppose in another 20 years, with the horrible suffering in store for this world, may seem I may feel the same way then. So I've decided to write it now. As I've already intimated, my basic goal in writing the book is to explore the biblical answers to the problem of suffering. I think this is an important task for a number of reasons. One, many people turn to the Bible as a source of comfort, hope, and inspiration. Even for those people who don't, the Bible lies at the foundation of Western culture and civilization, providing the background for the ways we think about the world and our place in it. Secondly, the Bible contains many and varied answers to the problem of why there's suffering in the world. Thirdly, many of these answers are at odds with one another and at odds with what most people seem to think today. And fourthly, the majority of people, even Bible believers, as well as regular people on the street who might have some kind of vague respect for the Bible, but no particular commitment to it, have no idea what these various biblical answers to the problems of suffering are. Over the years, I've talked with a lot of people about issues pertaining to suffering, and I'm struck by the kinds of reactions I get. A lot of people, frankly, just don't want to talk about it. For them, talking about suffering is kind of like talking about toilet habits. They're there and can't be avoided, but it's not really something you want to bring up at a cocktail party. There are other people, again, a lot of people, who have simple and pat answers for the problem and really don't see why there's such a problem. I imagine a lot of people reading this first chapter are like that. When I go on about all the suffering in the world, they've tempted to write me an email to explain it all to me. It's because of free will. Suffering is meant to make us stronger. God makes us sometimes go through a test and so on. Other people, including some of my brilliant friends, realize why it's a religious problem for me, but don't see it as a problem for themselves. In its most nuanced form, this view is that religious faith is not an intellectualizing system for explaining everything. Faith is a mystery and an exercise of the divine in the world, not a solution to a set of problems. I respect this view deeply, and some days I wish I shared it, but I don't. The God that I once believed in was a God who was active in this world. He saved the Israelites from slavery. He sent Jesus for the salvation of the world. He answered prayer. He intervened on behalf of his people when they were in desperate need. He was actively involved in my life. But I can't believe in that God anymore because from what I now see around the world, he doesn't intervene. One answer to that objection is that he intervenes in the hearts of the suffering, bringing them solace and hope in the time of their darkest need. It's a nice thought, but I'm afraid that from where I sit, it's simply not true. The vast majority of people dying of starvation or malaria or AIDS feel no solace or hope at all, only sheer physical agony, personal abandonment, and mental anguish. The pat answer to that is that it doesn't need to be that way if they have faith. I, on the other hand, simply don't think that's true. Just look around. In any event, my ultimate goal in this book is to examine the biblical responses to suffering, to see what they are, to assess how they might be useful for thinking people trying to get a handle on the reality of suffering, either in their own lives or in the lives of others, and to evaluate their adequacy in light of the realities of our world. As I've already intimated, what comes as a surprise to many readers of the Bible is that some of these answers are not what they would expect, and that some of the answers stand at odds with one another. I'll try to show, for example, that the book of Job has two sets of answers to the problem of suffering. These two views are at odds with each other. Moreover, both views differ from the views of the prophets, and the prophetic answer, found throughout much of the Hebrew Bible, is at odds with the views of Jewish apocalypticists such as Daniel, Paul, and even Jesus. It's important, I think, to realize that the Bible has a wide range of answers to the problem of suffering because this realization reveals the problem of thinking that the Bible has one simple answer to every issue. Many people in our world take a smorgasbord approach to the Bible, picking and choosing what suits them and their views without acknowledging that the Bible is an extremely complex and intricate concatenation of views, perspectives, and ideas. There are millions of people in our world, for example, who suffer social estrangement because of their sexual orientation. Some of this social alienation originates among simple minded Bible believers who insist that gay relationships are condemned in Scripture. As it turns out, this is a debated issue, one on which serious scholars disagree. But apart from that, this condemnation of gay relations because the Bible condemns it is a case of people choosing to accept the parts of the Bible they want to accept and ignoring everything else. The same books that condemn same sex relations, for example, also require people to stone their children to death if they're disobedient, to execute anyone who does any work on Saturday or who eats pork chops, and to condemn anyone who wears a t shirt made of two kinds of fabric. No special emphasis is placed on any of those laws. They're all part of the biblical law. Yet, in parts of society, gay relations are condemned while eating a ham sandwich during a lunch break on a Saturday is perfectly acceptable. It's important then to see what the Bible actually says and not to pretend it doesn't say something that happens to contradict one's own particular point of view. But whatever the Bible says needs to be evaluated. This is not a matter of setting oneself up as God, dictating what is and is not divine truth. It's a matter of using our intelligence to assess the merit of what the biblical authors say, whether this involves questions of suffering, sexual preferences, working on weekends, or culinary and satirical choices. Having said this, I should stress that it's not the goal of this book to convince you, my reader, to share my point of view about suffering, God, or religion. I'm not interested in destroying anyone's faith or deconverting people from their religion. I'm not about to urge anyone to become an agnostic. Unlike other recent agnostic or atheist authors, I do not think that every reasonable and reasonably intelligent person will, in the end, come to see things my way when it comes to my important issues of life. But I do know that many thinking people think about suffering. This is in no small measure because of all of us suffer, and many of us suffer a lot. Even those of us who are well off, who are well educated, who are well cared for, even we can experience professional disappointment, unexpected unemployment and loss of income, the death of a child, failed health. We can get cancer or heart disease or AIDS. All of us will eventually suffer and die. It is worth thinking about these things, and in doing so, it's worth seeing how others have thought about them before us. In this case, those others who produced the books that became the Bible, the best selling book of all time, and the book that lies at the core of our civilization and culture. So, my goal is to help people think about suffering. There are, of course, numerous books about suffering already. In my opinion, though, many of these books are either intellectually unsatisfying, morally bankrupt, or practically useless. Some of them attempt to give an easy or easy to digest answer to the question of why people suffer. For people who prefer easy answers, those can be useful books. But for people who struggle deeply with life's questions and do not find easy answers at all satisfying, such books merely irritate the mind and grate on the nerves. They are no help whatsoever. Still, there is a good deal of simplistic schlock written about suffering, pious sounding, or pat and answers sell well after all these years. I'm sorry, I've butchered that last sentence. Let me just back up and say it again. Pious sounding or pat and very old unimaginative answers sell well after all these years. He's just saying easy answers, simple answers to complex questions sell the best. That's all he's saying in that sentence. That's it. Because people are simple fucking minded. That's all. Other books are morally dubious, in my opinion, especially those written by intellectual theologians or philosophers who wrestle with the question of evil in the abstract, trying to provide an intellectually satisfying answer to the question of theodicy. What I find morally repugnant about many such books is that they are so far removed from the actual pain and suffering that takes place in our world, dealing with evil as an idea rather than as an experienced reality that rips apart people's lives. I'm all spitting at the mouth and shit. That is not cute. That's all right. I'm just trying to get to the end of this page, man. Like, we're not that far. And I'm gonna fucking stop. But first, okay, here we are. So, this book will neither provide an easy solution nor attack the question philosophically by applying difficult intellectual concepts and making hard to understand claims with sophisticated and esoteric vocabulary. My interest for this book is instead with some of the old age traditional reflections on evil found in the foundational documents of the Judeo Christian tradition. The questions I will be asking are these: what do the biblical authors say about suffering? Do they give one answer or many answers? Which of their answers contradict one another, and why does it matter? How can we, as 21st century thinkers, evaluate these answers, which were written in different contexts so many centuries ago? My hope is that by looking at these ancient writings that eventually came to form the Bible, we will be empowered to wrestle more responsibly and thoughtfully with the issues they raise as we ponder one of the most pressing and wrenching questions of our human existence: why we suffer. All right, that's it. And we're on to chapter 2, Sinners in the Hand of an Angry God, the classical view of suffering. And so for those of y'all who wanted to know, because why wouldn't you want to know? Just the book I'm reading. An excellent one. Again, I already read this book. Let me see how many times I read it. I only think I read it twice. No, I read it 3 times. So we're working on time number 4. Happy Genocide Awareness Day. What's going on, Maya? Boogie and the Bee. Enough with the felching already. Oh my. A called examiner says, I stumble when I'm smoking and reading too. It's cute. You know, I mean, to be honest, I almost feel like smoking helps me focus better. You know what I mean? I actually, no, let me quit lying. I think it's light. Light makes me read better. But I think the weed does help me focus. Love me or else, goddammit. It look like I'm holy right now, like I got a light above my head and shit. Oh, no problem, Lon. Is that how you say it? Lon? Loan? I see the little dash or whatever above the O. I don't know what that means. Helps me to focus. Fuck yeah, Boogie trying to the beat. Tobacco is good medicine. I mean, is it though? Maybe it is. Nicotine's not good for you, but I don't know about tobacco in itself. Maybe it does have some medicinal properties of which I'm not aware. Rafe, brother, I didn't know you was in here, son. What's up? All good, bro. Just enjoying my night off from work, kicking back, enjoying my accomplishments. Motherfucker, you ain't accomplished shit. Fuck up. I'm just bullshitting. I'm just playing, bro. That's what's up, bro. What's the some hybrid? Yeah, it's some hybrid, probably. Yeah, I mean. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Other than other than fire. Shit, son. This shit is fire. Look, I'm a Roman Catholic. Roman Catholic. Yeah, I only got one pair of shoes. I was gonna take a picture of them and post them online to show people, like, bro, I have one pair of shoes. Not like one pair of shoes I wear to work, and then like a one pair of shoes. I got just one pair. You know what I mean? I need to get some more, but I've been really trying to like get this. Uh, I don't know, man. Like I just bought some more books and shit because I ain't bought no new books in a while, so I'm waiting on those books to come. And they're both about Jesus or some shit, probably. Because that's really the only books I buy anymore. It's just all exegetical fucking books. You know what I'm saying? Always doing fucking analysis on this shit. Pair of boots. I only got one pair of shoes. They have to act as my boots and air. Look at these bitches. They fucked up. It's these, dog. Look at the tear in the motherfucker. The raw. Look at the hole in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Fucked up. The other one, look, got a hole on that side. I buy like one or two pair of shoes a year. You know what I'm saying? I just don't be on shoes. I don't be on clothes for real. Like, look at this pair. I got the motherfucker talking at the toe and shit. Fucked up, son. My last pair of shoes was this shoe. This is just a really good shoe. You know what I mean? Like it don't got no shoestrings. I mean, it came with them, but I took them out immediately. Like I don't need shoestring. Not like when it's a whole shoe already. Like I don't need shoestring. And then it's like it's tight on your foot. That was random as fuck. What size? 12? You was close. 13. Get them with the excuse me date. What? I don't do that. I'm just kidding. Nah, I'm about to though, dog. Hold on. Man, don't be putting me on the spot. What the fuck? I'm not your dance monkey. I'm kidding. Bro, I'm chilling, son. I'm chilling with the light on. I'm about to turn it off. It don't feel right. I'm about to go in the kitchen, man. I need some more coffee and shit. I was gonna read some more of this book, but I don't feel like it. Like I keep reading the same books over and over again. I mean, I ain't complaining. Like it's a good read. Like each time I reread the shit, I learn something new. But I mean, I pretty much get the arguments. You know what I'm saying? Like I get the books for the arguments, and so once I pretty much get the argument, I don't really need to read the shit like totally again. Like because like pretty much the first chapter of this book was just him talking about his backstory and shit. It's like, well, I've already read like 3, 4, 5 of your other books. I already know your backstory. And it's like you almost want to just skip chapter 1, but it's like, just to be fair, I just read the whole fucking thing. Like, yeah, we know you went to Moody Bible College and then fucking, you know what I mean, in Chicago, and then I know, man. He was a preacher, and then for like forever, I mean, he was like seriously into the faith, and then became an atheist. So whatever. Yeah, they always take my shoestrings. Yeah, he said they. I got books for the problems. Yeah, like this. This is a good one. God's problem. But the other one of his that I recommend, besides misquoting Jesus, is Jesus Before the Gospels. That's the one that we talk about Jesus when he was a kid, killing kids and shit. Like that shit was funny as fuck. I was like, what the fuck? But they're part of gospels that are no longer part of the canon or that never made it in the canon, such as that one. I think that one comes from the Gospel of Thomas, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it was like Jesus was on some other shit when he was a kid, son. But I guess they felt like that would make him look too human or whatever. So they didn't. I don't know what were the reasons for them excising it from the scriptures. Like I don't. But they did nonetheless. But that don't mean we don't have access to them shits. And it's like that shit was funny as hell. I'm like, damn, Jesus was on some other shit as a kid. Like he just was like, you couldn't fuck him. You pissed him off one time. You said one thing he didn't like, and he was about to off your motherfucking ass in some weird way. Like that's how I was reading in that fucking. But it was like, but of course they don't want to put that in the Bible. But I don't know why they put the shit in the Bible they did put in there. Like, why would you put in the part about him cussing out a fig tree that didn't have no figs on it? And then included the part where it was like he did it in front of his apostles, and they was just like, "Why is dude tripping? He do know they out of season, right?" And it's like that don't make Jesus look good. That don't make him look perfect. Makes him look like a fucking idiot. It's like, but they put that, like why? You know what I'm saying? Like that didn't help y'all. Just further my case that he's an idiot. Like, but whatever. Infancy Gospel of Thomas. Yeah, that's the one. Exactly, Jim. Jim be reading. You be keeping up. You know what I'm saying? That's okay, Dave. You gotta go find me. Hell nah. But I got a Black Friday sale. I got a Black Friday sale going at my merch store. So if you enter, and it's on anything, you can get one item or 100 items. Don't fucking matter. It's 40% off. But if you put in the promo code Skullfuckers, all one word, with a Z at the end, not an S. Skull, all one word. Capital S, Kull, capital Fuckerz. You put that in the promo code, you 40% off your order. And my shirts are only $20. So essentially it's only $12, with the promo code. So 40% off Dave Murphy merch shop. Starting tomorrow. It's a Black Friday sale, so it's not active right now. You know what I mean? But starting tomorrow, Skullfuckers. I'll put this shit again in the fucking description or some shit. I don't know. But I'll if you want to get something, you don't have to. But I only brought it up because I don't have a Patreon. I don't have you know what I mean? Like I don't have any other way to get, and because YouTube won't allow me to monetize my channel. I'm not advertiser friendly. I don't give a fuck. Fuck advertising. So if you want to support me, that's really the best way to do it. I don't want people to just send money to my fucking uh PayPal or my Cash App, because that's all I have is PayPal and Cash App. That's it. And I don't ever put money in my Cash App. If I ever have money there, it's because someone sent it to me, but I never put money on my Cash App. But my direct deposit from work goes to my PayPal, and my merch store payment is also set up to my PayPal. So if you really want to help me out, just buy a mug or something. You know what I'm saying? I get you a mug or a pack of stickers or a pack of buttons. I got some buttons I made. You know what I'm saying? So we can get you some buttons, get 40% off the buttons. You know what I'm saying? We get you a shirt. All my t-shirts are $20 or less. I think there might be like one or two shirts that it's like more than $20. Like it might be like $25. But 90% of my shirts are $20 because I got some shirts that are Bible verses they ain't even $15. You know what I'm saying? Same quality. I just charged less for it because it was Bible verses. So I was like, that's just cheap. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I was just being an asshole. But it would be an inside asshole because like not everyone would know that. Like no one would know that you paid less for that shirt than you did for the other shirt. And it's like, yeah, well, he thought that they're just cheap. I don't fucking know. I don't know the rationale. I just feel like it's a Bible verse. Fuck that shit. I should have made it the other way around. I should have made the Bible verses expensive so no one will want to buy them, and then shit. But that defeats the purpose. Anywho, and then make like every other shirt, all the ones that are explicitly anti-Jesus, make those cheap as shit. You know what I'm saying? But whatever, man. At the end of the day, most of my shirts are $20. Like all the shirts I've made in the last month are $20. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. $20, period. You know what I mean? But again, 40% off, skull fuckers on the promo code. Tomorrow only. You know what I'm saying? Get you a mug or something. You know what I mean? Get you a Dave Murphy mug. Get you a Christian Tears mug. You know what I'm saying? Or get you a go fuck yourself, Jesus, or whatever. I got all kind of shit. Like I try to be blasphemous as hell. Jen, no, he damn near got one of each shirt that I made. Damn near. Like I got a lot. He don't have them all, but he got a lot, you know. And fucking so yeah, I got all kinds. Christianity is false, antichrist, heathen, fuck your God, fuck your Jesus. I got some with Jesus on the cross and it says fucked around and found out. Uh, Antichrist with a Jesus, so I got all kinds, man. Just all kinds. Stay calm and fuck Christ. I don't know. Just like I be trying to be disrespectful as fuck to Christianity. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm like running out of ideas. You know, running out of fucking ideas. I'm like, I done said it all. I done said fuck Jesus, fuck the Bible, fuck Christianity. I don't know how many different ways to say it. Jesus was an idiot. Not today, Jesus. Just all kinds, man. I got all kinds of blasphemous ass shit. I got one that's just a cross in a circle and it's crossed out, and then under that it says fuck Christianity. I personally think all my shirts are fire. This is ironically the one time I'm not wearing one of my shirts. This is a shirt I got from like T Public. This ain't even one of mine. But this is what like inspired me to make shirts just like this, where it's pretty much just making fun of Christianity. But I wanted to do more to make fun. I wanted to give the biggest middle finger to Christianity as I possibly could. You know what I'm saying? With all my merch. A lot of people be like, I wish I could wear that shit, man. That shit looks fire, but I know I'll get in trouble if I, what I'm saying? It's like, that's what I'm talking about. I want the kind of merchandise that'll make you think twice before you leave the house wearing it. Because I don't even wear my shit all the time. Like sometimes I just don't be ready for the smoke. You know what I'm saying? Not that I ever get any. Nobody ever brings me smoke, but some days more than others, I'd be ready for it. No, stop. Okay, hold on. You just want to come in here because I'm in here, Brad. Oh, it's you. Don't come for no scratches. I ain't in the mood. I'm live right now. It's my cat, Rosie. She was scratching at the door. She don't like smoke though. Like the other cats don't be giving a fuck. But her, it's like as soon as the smoke come near her, she like shit. She try to leave the vicinity. Man, you ain't no smoker, Brad. Donnie and Louie don't really give a fuck. I mean, they don't want it like blown in their face or nothing. And they mom really don't give a fuck. Like you could blow it in her face and she'll just like squint her eyes a little bit and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like she kind of gangster. Oh, is that right? Is the cat licking the wall again? Hell nah, it was just fucking Rosie, man. She was just scratching at the door because I had it shut. Because I ain't we were trying to come in here and shit, but I can't. I ended up letting her in. I think she under the bed though. Rosie, come say hi to the folk. Where you at? Rosie. I don't know where she went. She must have said, fuck that shit. Maybe she didn't even come in here. I thought she came in here. I thought she went under the bed. But she not under there. You know what sucks about not celebrating Thanksgiving? Is that I'm not eating none of the food, dog. And I'm hungry too right now. Like, I mean, I just ate some sausage links. You know, saying some Johnsonville sausage links. And that was pretty good. It ain't no fucking Thanksgiving dinner, but you know what I'm saying? It's all good. Fuck Thanksgiving, son. I'm just sorry because I ain't had like no money to like order a pizza or so shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. Cause my motherfucking paycheck. I normally get paid today and shit, but it didn't. They was like, nah, son, it's a holiday. So you gotta wait till your actual payday. And my actual payday is tomorrow. So, oh well, I gotta wait another day. It's all good. I got smoke. I got coffee and shit. We good. I got you guys. We're straight. She knows you talking. She got Carolyn in the bitch. Oh hell nah. I ate, but in Toledo, we make every day a holiday. Soon, ha! We have 5 cats, or they have us. Either way. What's up, Calacia? Yeah, my 4 cats on me, son. Hey, Day. What up, Devin? You know, I just seen that. Oh, I know, Jen, man. I know you can't be smoking, dog. It's all good. Like, yeah, I've been slapping ya. Tara Lynn, I wish I could just spend one day in your mind. No, hell no. I don't think I can handle that. I think I'd like to see like one day in the life of Tara Lynn Dawkins. Like, what the fuck you be up to, bruh? Like, what is your day like? Like, you just be like talking to stop signs and shit. You know what I'm saying? Reading fucking pillowcases. Like, what do you be doing? I just be wanting to know. Frolicking with cats, having long thought out conversations with squirrels. I'm just saying, like, I just want to know, like, what did Tara Lynn be doing on there when she ain't on YouTube, leaving unhinged comments in my comment section? You know, I love you, Tara Lynn. This is all in love. You like one of my top commenters, easily, easily, like top 3. You know, probably number 1 for real. I had to look. I had to look at my statistics. Hold on, matter of fact, you get my motherfucking phone. Let me see. Let me find some comments from goddamn Carolyn, son. Oh, let me click on Jen. Jen's dead. It says he's a top commenter, received one of the highest number of hearts from Dave Murphy. And he's received over 1.3 thousand likes from me. Let's keep going. Who else we got? We're supposed to be looking for goddamn it. Unhinged as Tara Lynn. Where your goddamn? I gotta find your comments. You ain't leave no new ones? Hold up. Even responded comments. All right, let's find them. Tara Lynn. Gobble gobble. Man, don't do that. That's your decision. Shut up. Christians kill me. I'm a trans. You don't seek thanks, but your honor remains. Thanks. Give them shit, Dad. Thanks. Talk your shit, Dad. I still ain't found one from goddamn. Why I can't find any of your comments, Tara Lynn? Like, what's going on? I don't see nothing from you lately. Like, nothing recent. Like 9 hours. And I'm looking at comments I've already responded to, and I don't see nothing from you. I feel left out. I feel abandoned, Tara Lynn. What's going on? You normally leave a comment and then reply to your own comment and then reply to that reply. Because of course you do. But I don't see none of them in here, man. Look, now when I'm trying to find your comments, they are nowhere to be found. Sounds like a topic for conflict. Found you. Here we go. Okay. So this says Tara Lynn is a public subscriber. She has received one of the highest number of hearts from Dave Murphy. She's left over 100 comments and has received 2.1 thousand likes from me. Here's one of her most recent comments. It says, and I quote, the female does make an egg. That doesn't hold creation yet, but a creation get it. Don't eat her. Take a dollop of Daisy. She said, Dave Murphy, my mom don't either. Yet chicken and rice, amazing. So no mean to lie yet. I will give chick meat to dog, yay. Dog will eat anything, law. Father, hating man. See, that's what you get. What else she say? I would not know. I bring you over and you see Mr. Rooster and tell him to flog you. Lol. I think you're doing text to speech. I think that's what's happening here. Because I think you meant to say, I bring you over and when you see Mr. Rooster and tell him to flog you. Even with the correction, it's still unhinged. But that's why I love it, man. One of the best. They're egging you on. What's up, son? Is Tara Lynn a top member? Absolutely. Tara Lynn, Calacia, you know what I'm saying? Boogie, Tin Man, Jen, fucking, and on and on. Like I got a lot of top commenters, man. Because some of y'all been with me. Y'all been with me through the fire. I don't know if y'all been noticing, like, but my subscribers will not go past 64,000. Like, I cannot reach 65,000 subscribers. Like I'll gain subscribers, then I'll like lose a lot, and then I'll gain some more. Like right now, this is where we at. 64,698. That's actually the highest I've been all like the last 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? But my shit, son, not doing great. But it's cool. Only because like look at that shit. It's like you down 47 subscribers from normal. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty bad. But it's all good. Like I said, I'm not getting paid from this shit, so it's cool. However, the viewers who engaged, this is 57% stayed and watched the rest of the video while 42% kept swiping. So that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Most people stay and watch the video. I mean, it's no longer than 3 minutes anyway, at most. You know what I'm saying? So thanks. I appreciate that. What? 7 remixes? Somebody been remixing my shit? I've seen some people like making videos that like in response to my videos, but their response was trash. So I didn't like interact with it at all. Cause I didn't want to give them no views or none of that shit. I'm so petty. These people should be avoided at all costs. Be friends with real ones like Dave. Thanks, newcomer Jason. Thank you for your service, Dave. I don't hate when people say that, but I wish people would like really think about what they're thanking me for when they thank me for my military service. Because I am ashamed of those 4 years. Okay. I was essentially just a pawn in America's imperialist endeavors. You know what I mean? While we were engaged in an illegal invasion of Iraq that I participated in. So all that just like, what are you thanking me for? For continuing American imperialism, for participating in war crimes such as the invasion of Iraq? Is that what you're thanking me for? Like, what are you thanking me for? But protecting America from what? We are the bad guys in the world. We are the threat. Okay, like there's no motherfucker. We are Jeffrey Dahmer. We are Ted Bundy. Goddammit. We are the motherfucking the serial killers. Like we're the threat. We're the bad guys. There's no one coming after us. Motherfuckers either be worried about us coming after them. We got all the power. We got all the military resources. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so protect y'all from who? Us? Like, what the fuck? Like, no, I don't know. I genuinely don't understand what you're thanking me for. I mean, why are we involved in anything overseas? You know what I mean? Like you'd have to ask yourself, why is the United States in Iraq to begin with? Why are they in Lebanon? Why are they in Yemen? Why are they wherever they're at? You know what I mean? It's not because those motherfuckers is plotting to come get us. Nah, we probably about to come get some shit they got. You know what I'm saying? Or just protecting our interests there. We don't give a fuck about them. We just protecting our shit there. You know what I'm saying? Fuck y'all. We don't give a fuck that it's your natural resource. It's ours now. You know what I mean? Fuck you. What are you gonna do about it? That's America for you. Like we're the asshole, bad guy, criminal, fucking terrorist nation in the world. Period. So I don't understand what people thank me for when it's like, thank you for your service. It's just something you say, like when someone sneezes, you just bless you. Are you fucking superstitious? Like, what are you saying thank you for or bless you for? Why do you say it? Do you even know the history of the origin of that? Or is it just something you mindlessly repeat because everyone else does it and you're a fucking sheep? It's like, no, if you're not superstitious, then don't say bless you when someone sneezes. What? You think your words have some sort of magic, some sort of fucking effect on the fucking rules and laws of physics by you just saying some fucking words? Get the hell out of here. It's like, why do you say it then? Shut the fuck up. If you're not going to say bless you when I burp or have the hiccups or fart, then I don't want to fucking hear it when I sneeze. Like, what the shit? Why I can't get it when I cough? What if I get into one of those bouts where I can't stop laughing, like for some reason? You know what I mean? Like, why don't you be like, bless you? And then maybe I'll stop, like, oh, thanks. I don't know what was over me, because that doesn't fucking work. And that's all I'm saying is like, why do we do this shit? Stop saying shit and you don't know what the fucking implications are of what you're saying. Like, why are you thanking me for my service? What are you thanking me for? What? Like, Are you thanking me for being in such dire economic straits that I felt compelled to have to join the military just because I knew they'd give me a job? You know what I mean? It was either that or working in fucking low end jobs because, again, marginalized, oppressed community member here, you know. So no matter how hard I worked, you're just a black dude at the end of the day. Fuck you is basically how this country feels. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's just like, why did I even have to? Why are there so many brown and black people in the military anyway? And why are the majority of the people in the military from poor or, economically disadvantaged families? Why don't well-off people go into the military more often? I'm not saying they don't, but they don't. They usually, if they do, they don't enter in privates. They usually have some fucking education on them, so qualifies them for some already you already over in charge of me now and shit, just because you have some sort of college education outside of here, which is already the problem. If I had a college education outside of here, I wouldn't need to come to the military. Like, but whatever. So what are you thanking me for being poor and needing to join the military so that I had a job when I was 18? Get the fuck out of here. It's like I just wish people would stop saying that. Like, thank you for your service. Like, you don't even know what you're thanking me for. It's like, and if you knew what we were doing, why would you thank me for that? Like, get the hell out of here. Do some fucking research. Like, get educated. Get woke, essentially, because the alternative to that is staying your motherfucking ass asleep, and that's just logically true. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, look at the trees. Hi, Day, the original JG says, I personally don't believe people who serve should receive free meals from restaurants. I mean, yeah, I don't either. Because to be honest, like, I don't even take advantage of my access to healthcare. Like, I don't go to the VA. I'm not saying I never went to the VA, but it just my experience every time has been like just utter trash. Like it's just not good. You know what I mean? Every time. Because then I would go to like a regular hospital afterwards, and they would like do tests that the VA was it just felt like they just couldn't be bothered to run. You know what I mean? And then lo and behold, the regular hospital is like, yo, you have this. And it's like, really? Because the VA was like, oh, we don't want to waste the radiation on you. So we're just going to go ahead and give you this and you'll be all right. And it's like, son of a bitch. Like, and that was the case every time. I'm like, the VA don't give a fuck about us no more than anyone else does. They just purport to give a fuck about the veterans, but they don't really give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. No one gives a fuck. Period. Because let you be a veteran, but you a veteran who supports Trump. Now, do you being a veteran matter? You know, or you're a veteran, but you're black. You're a black veteran who supports Black Lives Matter. Does it matter that I'm a veteran now, or does my whole Black Lives Matter? Or what if I'm a veteran, but I'm gay as shit? I'm gay and trans. Now what? Does it not matter that I was a soldier? See, that's what I mean. Like, we don't give a fuck. It's like our allegiance, what we purport to care about changes with the fucking wind. You know what I mean? Because no one in America, essentially, the majority of us don't give a fuck about anything. Okay. We just don't. We pretend to, we lie to ourselves and say we do, but our actions dictate exactly where our allegiances lie. And it ain't with the marginalized, it ain't with the oppressed, it ain't with the victims. It's just with the powers. It's just with capital, because like I said, motherfuckers can't be bothered. They cannot be bothered to take a principled stance on anything. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they'll just write it off because, oh, well, in a capitalist society, there is no ethical consumption. So I guess just never mind trying at all then, right? It's like, what a fucking cook. Like, no one has any principles. Nothing matters. Nothing matters outside of me and mine. That's it. That's just how we operate in this society. I'm not saying every single person, obviously, in society is like that, but the overwhelming majority of the society, that is exactly how they are. They support their troops how? By throwing a bumper sticker on? How does that help the troops? In what fashion does that support a troop in any way? A real supporting the troop would be sending a care package, something they could actually use You know what I mean? But you just throwing on a bumper sticker, which is just you further engaging in mindless consumption, which is all the capitalists want you to do anyway. Whatever you got to do to excuse spending some more money. If is it on the troops? Sure. Thanksgiving? Sure. I was like, even if you're one of those people who don't, who's out here talking about, oh, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. You know, I use the day instead to do X. And it's like, so you wouldn't have done X any other day? You're just using this opportunity to do X. That to me is still observing the holiday. You're doing something special that you wouldn't have done any other day on this day and just wrapping it in special language again so that you can have your ethical cake and eat it too. That way you can get off saying, "Oh, I don't celebrate the holiday." So you seem woke and educated on the history of Thanksgiving, while at the same time still eating the meals, still getting with the family, and just wrapping it in some other guise of, oh, I just use this time to get together with family. Oh, I'm just hungry or whatever the fuck. Like, just shut up, okay? You observe the holiday because you're effectively doing what you would have done on the days when you were proud to admit that you celebrated Thanksgiving. You're not doing anything different. You're just lying to yourself because you want to seem like a decent person who knows some shit. And it's like, but fundamentally, when it comes down to like, all right, now practice what you're preaching, then no one does it because you can't be bothered. You know what I mean? It's like that's how I know we're cooked. Like, look how many people say they support Palestinians, but yet won't stop eating McDonald's. You know what I mean? McDonald's is blatantly make profiting off of the genocide directly, of the Palestinians. And yet, how many people say they support Israel, or not Israel, but say they support Palestinians, say fuck Israel and what they're doing to the Palestinians, not the people of Israel, the government of Israel, the Zionists. And yet, here you are getting Big Macs and fucking, whatever else they sell at I haven't been to McDonald's ever since I learned that. You know what I'm saying? I just look at the BDS list. If you're on that list, boycott, divest, sanction. If you're on that list, you're not getting my money. And there's a lot of places on that list. That's why the places that I'm allowed that I feel I'm okay to patronage is places that aren't on that list. Because if they're on there, then I can't go. And like Pizza Hut's on that list, McDonald's is on that list. Uh, I don't think Taco Bell is or Burger King. That's why I think I've been going there. But like BetterHelp is on that list. So all you motherfuckers be like, oh, BetterHelp. It's like, hell no. That was pretty much started by a former IDF soldier. Like, what the fuck? Fuck BetterHelp. Fuck any business that's profiting off of the genocide of the Palestinian people. And just McDonald's is number one. And I be telling people that, you know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers be at work, they're like, hey, I'm about to go get some McDonald's. You want something? And I'm like, hell no, I don't want to help support a genocide. I don't want to help support any company that's financially profiting off of a genocide. I'm good. And they're like, okay, and then go get McDonald's. They don't give a fuck because they don't give a shit. No one cares. It's like, you mean I have to be inconvenienced even in the slightest? Oh, then I can't be bothered. You know what I mean? And that's just how we are here in America. If I have to be inconvenienced even a little, I can't do it. You want me to not eat McDonald's? I can't do it. Sorry, you just have to get genocided. I'm just a piece of shit, I guess, because I'm gonna get my McDonald's. It's like this is ridiculous. But yeah, let me. Oh, matter of fact, I'm about to look it up now. See what else is on the BDS list. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me BDS list. Mhm, 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 mhm. Mhm, mhm. Uh-huh. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. Oh, damn, I'm fucking up. I've been fucking up, y'all. So, according to the BDS list, McDonald's, Coca Cola, Papa John's, Domino's, Pizza Hut, Zara, Wix, and Burger King. So, I will not be eating Burger King anymore. But also, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Expedia, Airbnb, Booking.com, Cisco, Like all of these companies, it's like they urge you. Those are the companies that they urge you not. You know, they're pressure targets. But the organic boycotts supported by the BDS movement are directly targeted at Papa John's, Domino's, Coca Cola, Burger King, McDonald's, Pizza Hut, Zara. You know, the priority targets. Oh my God. I got, okay, so I can't buy these shoes anymore. So Chevron, Intel, Dell, and I'm on a Dell fucking laptop. Hewlett Packard, Carrefour, AXA, Disney and Disney Streaming, Xbox, Remax, SodaStream, Reebok, and Teva Pharmaceuticals. Those are the priority targets. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess they're the most egregious. And the pressure targets are like the ones I just mentioned: the Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Expedia, Airbnb, Booking.com, Siemens, and Cisco. And then the organic boycotts, it says the following brands have openly supported apartheid Israel and or made in-kind donations to the Israeli military amid the current genocide, inspiring organic boycotts worldwide. Those companies are McDonald's, Coca-Cola, Papa John's, Burger King, Pizza Hut, Wix, and Zara. Those are the companies that I refuse to spend money at because I don't want to help support a genocide. So I'm not going to be buying any more Coke. Well, I mean, I don't buy pop anyway. You know what I'm saying? I don't buy water. I mean, I'm paying for water. You know what I'm saying? Through the fucking the tap. You know what I mean? Like I'm already getting water. So yeah, I won't be. But I already bought the Dell laptop. You know what I'm saying? Like I already have it. Like they already got the money. You know, I ain't gonna be buying nothing else. That's for goddamn sure. You know, so but yeah. Uh So yeah, I don't fuck with McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? And now I slipped up buying all them goddamn sausage, egg, and cheese fucking croissants. I didn't know, man. I know now. You know what I mean? So I'm no more Burger King. Not that that's hard to make. That's an easy one. You know, the McDonald's one was not that hard because when I found out they was on the list, I wasn't really going to McDonald's like that anyway. So that just made it easier. Like, well, fuck it. You know, but it's all good, dog. What do you drink besides tap water? Coffee? That's legit. No, not just coffee, because I also be drinking like a Lonnie New, but I haven't drank one of those in a while because I kind of switched up to Ghost energy drink. But if I find out that Ghost energy drink is owned by Coca-Cola, I won't be drinking that anymore. So I just have to look into it. Coffee is my god. I know. Coffee and apple juice. I love them shits. You know what I mean? Unless it's coffee heated. I think you meant unless, but it's all good, Terrell. We know you're unhinged. All the major computer manufacturers are complicit, I bet. Yeah, I mean, they pretty much listed all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, because America doesn't fundamentally care about anything except the acquisition of profit over everything else and all things, like just over everything. Black coffee from me, brewed with fresh crushed beans. Okay. Hope Ghost isn't associated. I drink those almost daily. I know, right? I'm about to look it up. What company owns Ghost Energy Drink? Keurig Dr. Pepper. Okay. Is Dr. Pepper uh, on the BDS list? Not on the BDS list. All right, we're good. So Ghost Energy Drink is safe to consume. It is not profiting off the genocide. Yay. So Ghost Energy is safe. We can keep drinking that. You know what I mean? Right. Hell yeah, brother. Because if they'd have been on there, I'd have quit that shit like yesterday. Because I'm so serious. Like I cannot honestly, I cannot know that I'm funding a genocide. It's like effectively if you knew that some of the companies in 1939, let's say, were supporting and profiting off of what fucking mustache man was doing to the Jews, then how could you live with yourself? You know what I'm saying? How could you support those companies that are actively profiting off of that party? It's like, and that's essentially what we're doing today. They are that new party. What Israel is doing essentially represents the modern day Third Reich. You know what I mean? And the Palestinians are now the Jews. And I don't want to be supporting companies that are funding that shit. So, I mean, it's bad enough I exist here in the imperial core, but there's nothing I can do about that. Literally, I don't have a passport. I can't afford to get one. So I'm fucking stuck here. You know what I mean? And I already looked into trying to apply in other countries as a refugee or on fucking I forget the other one, but it was like that's even harder to prove. So yeah, I was already looking at like the citizenship test. Like, what do I gotta know to get in Canada? You know, shit. But I decided against it because I think if you really want to fight against this system, it's best to do it from inside. So I feel like my fight would be more effective here in America than trying to fight against America's policies outside of America. Like it's already hard enough to do it being here, but you can forget about it if you ain't here. So that's why ultimately I just decided like, nah, even if I could leave, I'd probably stay. I mean, I tried to, Lon. You know what I mean? I tried to. I may not always be successful, but I try to be. Like, because this consumerism shit is dead to me. Like, I'm just not that driven to just be buying shit. You know what I mean? Just because I don't care about trends. I just don't care. You know, because at the end of the day, none of it matters, and it's just gonna end up in some landfill, fucking up the ecosystem. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have time. That's why I'm just none of this shit moves me. Like, I don't care about the holidays. Not none of them. Not my birthday. Not just none of them. I don't care. Like, they're all just excuses for you to further engage in mindless consumption. Just because at the end of the day, all the capitalists want you to do is just keep spending money. They don't give a fuck what you got to tell yourself to do it. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, they just want to get richer at your dumbass expense. You know what I mean? And then you're going to keep doing it. You're going to bend the knee every time. Every holiday, you're going to find some excuse to engage with it in a way that you wouldn't have done any other day of the week. You know what I mean? Which is just, you know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what they want. Like, even I was thinking, like, so even for, like I said, even if you don't want to celebrate the holiday, you tell yourself you're not. Like, no, we instead observe this on that day. And instead, we do this. It's like you're still doing something. You're still spending money. Like, that's all the companies want. We don't give a fuck if you buy a turkey or a pizza. Just spend money, okay, that you wouldn't have otherwise spent. You know. And Christmas is the fucking Super Bowl of dumbass overconsumption. You know what I mean? It's so fucking dumb. It's so fucking dumb. It's all dumb. And that's why I don't want to participate with it. I don't want to participate in it because if we can't all do it, if there's so many poor people in this country who can't even get a meal, let alone observe a fucking holiday and get a special meal, then I don't want one. Fuck that. I'm on their side. I'm with them. I'll stand in solidarity with them. So I don't know. Because there's just not much I can do. So I just feel like being powerless, the most I can do is just withhold my dollar. You know what I'm saying? That's the most powerful act of defiance that I have. Is like, well, I'm not going to spend the money you want me to spend. I'll find a reason not to do it, and I found an easy one. I care about the suffering of others. Or at the very least, I don't want you to get profited off of them dying. Like, fuck that. It's bad enough y'all done got fucking ungodly rich here in the United States off of working class people. But then to do it on those people, like, fuck you. Like, no, I'm not engaging with it. I'm not. So I don't buy gifts. I don't want gifts. I tell people don't do anything for me. I'm not doing anything for you. Like, I'm not saying we won't, because whatever it is you're gonna do on those days, you can do any day throughout the year. So just make an effort to. You don't have to do it when the country and everyone else is doing it. Why? Because that's just more of a headache. Why you want to be part of the hullabaloo? Just do it whenever it's convenient for you and the other people. You want to buy somebody a gift? Just get them a fucking gift. You don't have to wait till fucking Christmas. Fuck out of here. You want to decorate your house? Do it. It's your life. It's your lights, your bills. You decorate your house with Christmas lights in the middle of fucking May if you want. I mean, yeah, people can give you shit, but so what? It's your house. They're not paying the bill. Do whatever you fucking want. Like, that's what I was saying about Halloween. Like, I like TikTok and really social media in general for this reason alone. That you can be in costume all year. Like, what the fuck? Go get you a costume and just make that part of your YouTube channel. Like, you always in costume and shit. I see it all the time. So why do you have to wait for Halloween? What, to get candy? You can get candy all year. What the fuck? Like, I'm over candy any fucking way. Like, fuck, I gotta go.